Tribeca, one of my favorite neighborhoods in New York City. It's filled with a lot of historical industrial architecture from the booming economy of New York during the Gilded Age, especially after the Erie Canal was built. New York City and this area of Manhattan, right next to the Hudson River, expanded greatly. So it's filled with these huge industrial buildings that are now very expensive lofts. It's also filled with a lot of great restaurants, which we just visited in a previous show, Bubby's, which is one of the best brunch places in all of New York City, in my opinion. So today we're going to wander around Tribeca once again, just to enjoy more of the architecture. No history. This is not a tour. Do your own research if we do maybe talk about history. But I hope you enjoy us meandering, or what I like to call a wander through Tribeca. Let's go. Hello everyone, I'm Ariel, you're watching Urbanist, and today we're going to wander through Tribeca here in New York City. Let me know where you're watching from. My name is Ariel. This is Urbanist. So look at this. Hey Manny, I hope you're doing well. I love the vlogs that you're making. 4K Wanderer says Urbanist Wanderer. I swear to you, 4K Wanderer, you can watch my old shows. I've been using the word wandering since the beginning of Urbanist 4 years ago. So the fact that you're also called Wanderer, I think, is pure coincidence. Right here we see the beautiful collection of buildings here in Tribeca. And my gimbal's a bit slanted. Okay, there we go. Hola Darren, hola Rosaline, hello 4K, hello K, hello Bounty Hunter. Look at this view, I absolutely love this view, oh my god. Wow. Hello, Elian. Welcome. What flag is that? Let me know. Is that Colombian flag? Let me know. It's freezing in Oslo, 12 degrees. Whoa. The world spins on a slant, says Todd. Indeed. All right. Let's walk around, shall we? Let me know where you're watching from. We must burn down the chicken, says Alexandra. Yes, we must. It is a must. So right over here we see a connection to the tunnel. This is the Holland Tunnel. Leads to New Jersey underneath the Hudson River. And we see the views of Hudson Square, where there's also a lot of buildings similar to Tribeca, just a bit newer. By newer, I mean they were like built in the 1930s, 40s rather than the 1890s, like most of these buildings over here. So who wants to look at some real estate? Let me know. Hey, Reg. Let's see you here, Detroit. Welcome. I got my food to go. So here we have the real estate listings. Who wants to shop around for a nice loft here in Tribeca? Let me know. Maybe we could chat with the real estate agent. We can find you a nice apartment. So here we have a few choices, ladies and gentlemen. We are not deprived of choices. So we got $8,000 loft over here. 351 East 51st Street. Ah, this is not Tribeca. And this is Soho. Well, give me some Tribeca. Here we go. Tribeca. 1 bedroom for $4,400 a month. Right there. Who wants that one? Let me know. You don't get the prettiest views. Let's see if we get better views over here. Nope, don't see over here. Let's see.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Do you know what's the address of his 60 Century Street.
60 what?
Century Street.
Century Street. Ooh, yeah. I don't know where Century Street is.
You said for the core? What's the core?
The core?
Yes.
Can you repeat that? Core?
Yes.
Don't know, unfortunately. The core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not Century Street. Century Street.
So right here.
And then there's lot here. And then there's Century. Century Street. Where do you want? Courthouse? Yeah. 2 blocks this way.
Here we go. Here we have a Tribeca. So oh no, this is West Village as well. In Park Avenue, Upper East Side. That's expensive rent. It is, Rosemary. Indeed it is. So I really appreciate the ability of some New Yorkers to understand accents. I thought the woman was saying Century Street, and I never heard of Century Street. And no similar street name came to mind when she said that. But luckily there was another New Yorker that passed by, and he knew that she meant Center Street. And that I do know, but so the street I barely visit, so it didn't pop up in my mind. Sometimes I wonder why people ask for directions. Let me know. Have you ever guys ran into people asking for directions? I'm always a bit puzzled by it because I just go on Google Maps. Just do Google Maps. Manny says people ask me for directions all the time. Yeah, I wonder why. Here, Tribeca, Lux Tribeca Loft. $2 million, $2.3 million for 2 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms, 1 bedroom is $1 million each. So here we have Bubby's, and we'll pass by in front of it so you'll know where I visited. This is Bubby's right here in the front. A great place. Highly recommend it. I did a video. Be kind, be human kind. Oh, I love your name. You say that people ask for directions to chat up. Sometimes that is the case. I do appreciate that. Yeah, that's nice. Sometimes that happens. In this case, it wasn't. They were genuinely asking for directions. I love those buildings in Tribeca. I agree, Manny. I agree. It's absolutely gorgeous here. Peggy says, oh my God, that's a lot, but look at the neighborhood. Rosemary says, yeah, we get that a lot. It's because in London, they think we Londoners know all the tiny streets. Oh my God, in London, it must be even tougher because there's so many tiny streets in London. Usually when I get asked for directions, it ends up being which way is the avenues going up or down, or they ask me for this weird street in these areas of Manhattan. Center Street is runs through Soho, and it's not really that popular, but yes, it's here. I could see a skeleton on the right corner. Oh. There's a skeleton right there. Not sure what it's doing. Ronan says, I can't wait for a London cab ride stream. Oh yeah, me too. Me too, Ronan. Me too. Joe, I love the old brick streets. Oh yeah. Good old Belgian blocks. Tone says, the worst part about giving directions is that if you fail to give directions, you feel like you failed the exam. Yes, Tone. It just happened to me where I had no idea what the woman was saying. And also I'm like recording a video, so I just didn't feel like trying to figure out what she was saying. But I always feel just a bit embarrassed. It's not that big of a deal, but just a little social faux pas where someone's trying to ask me for direction. I have no idea what they're saying. I don't know where the place is. And some other New Yorker comes in. Oh, you go here, you go there, you go there. And they just got kind of butt in and like, yes, that's the direction. Don't worry, I got this. I find that always so funny. I'm like, New Yorker bested me. Damn it, I will get back. Let me know if that happens to you. New Yorkers tend to do that. I'm not sure if other cities people just butt in and say, oh no, don't worry, I know the place. This is where it is. Be Kind Humankind says sometimes people mug you when asking for direction. Yeah, that does not happen really in New York from my experience or from what I've heard from friends. That I haven't heard that happening. But I think it is the case in some European cities. Yeah. I think it's the case like in Rome where there's individuals who come and ask you for directions and kind of get in your way. Or try to give you directions rather forcefully. And that's how they sneak a hand into your wallet. Daryl, that's great news. That's great news, Daryl. Rosemary says they say their crime rates are worse than in the U.S. Yeah, Europeans are way more thrifty, and they have a lot more elaborate ways of scamming you or mugging you, from my experience, versus Americans. I grew up here in the 90s, so my only experience of New York is 90s and after. So here, from what I've heard, luckily I never had a direct experience with a robbery or a mugging or a big scam. But from what I've heard through friends, anecdotally, is that it's rather direct. They ask for your wallet, your money, they threaten you, that's it. Boom, done deal. It's like a classic it's like New Yorkers, how they do business. You're in, you discuss the price, boom, you're done. Done deal. Same thing with crime, from what I've heard. So in Europe, I think it's a little bit more elaborate. There's games, they like ask you for directions, someone is begging for money and they get very close to you, and there's a little kid who comes back behind your back pocket and just steals your wallet. There's all that kind of elaborateness. Daryl, Walking Computer, was talking about me. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. I hope it was nice things. Phil says that the poor communication these days are down to the masks. Yeah, I assume sometimes that's why it's a little bit hard to understand people sometimes. Hey, Sardinia, I'm live. Yes, I am. Hello, Millard. Thank you so much for supporting the show. I shouted you out last time. Hey, Susan. Susan says Walking Computer always says some great things about you. Oh, that's good to hear. Thank you. Extend that thank you to Walking Computer. Ladies and gentlemen, I actually don't watch walking shows too much. I appreciate all my colleagues. But just like there are writers who barely read other writers, I am a walking show creator who barely watches other walking shows. I might pop in and just say hi sometimes, but otherwise I don't really watch. Shocking, I know, shocking. Here's some historic buildings here in the middle of Tribeca. And it's the most unique place because they're like surrounded by these new high-rise residential. Hey, Sophia, thank you so much for a $2 super chat. Rona says, if I win the lottery, I'll consider playing, getting a place here. Oh, I hope you do, Rona. My best wishes with that. Federal building, yes, indeed. Ooh, there's an old pier. Let's check this out. But first, let's see these houses. Look at these houses. Beautiful historic houses. This is a mini historic district here in Tribeca. And there's a plaque here. Let's check it out. This federal period house stands on land which was originally part of a well-known farm of Annette Jans, granted to her by the Director General Van Twiller in 1636. After 1765, the Harrison Brewery occupied this land, hence the name Harrison Street. This house, 31 Harrison, built in 1827 and owned originally by Jacob Ruckel, is typical of the small but comfortable dwellings of the early merchant class of New York in the 19th century. Here we go, 1827, these houses. CB, not a Dutch house, no. Early American house, 1827. These were Dutch lands, but these houses were built in early America. One day, Ariel will be on Times Square TV's broadcast stage. Nathan, that'll be really cool. The Prairie Girl says, I just took lunch so I can join you. Oh, cool. Thank you. Welcome to the Urbanist lunch break. Preppy, I just go strictly by Ariel. But I'm so happy you enjoy my show. I don't go by any nicknames, just Ariel. Urbanist is the name of the show. Oh, look at this. This is so cool. They even have their own parking. Yeah, they do. That's amazing. Wow. Bounty, can you do a tour of Wall Street someday? Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Stay tuned. Here's the backside. Look at those beautiful backsides. Ooh, that's some great backside. I love how roomy those backsides look. Wow. Beautiful. Not this one of the best songs ever made. So this is a private area right here, this little section. So we'll show it to you from over here. There's a courtyard. Yeah, it appears to be the case. Yeah, I'll zoom in so you can see a little bit. Mark, what's the cost of YouTube membership? $5 per month. Access to 1 to 2 bonus videos per month. Plus special emojis and a special badge. Same thing with Facebook orders. and Patreon. Roomy backsides are the best. I agree, ladies and gentlemen. The roomier the backside, the better. I mean, all backsides here are welcomed, but I definitely do love these backsides of these houses. Oof. Architecture, man. Wow. Architecture. Sometimes you can't understand the architecture, but you just gotta love the architecture. Oh, perfect. No worries. No offense taken. I just strictly go by Ariel. No offense taken. Don't worry. So look at this. This old placard seems to what used to be Pier 23. And the front seems to be a railroad with wings and cogs. Oh, I love how they just mixed all these elements together. Wow. This is really cool, ladies and gentlemen. Someone wants to see Staple Street. Yeah. Check it out. They're really, really cool. No, this is just a mishmash of different imagery for what used to be the pier. Is this area vulnerable to hurricanes? I think it is, yeah. Not as much as I think the East River. The East River tends to, I think, have a more steeper tide during hurricane season. Look at this, oh my God. Wow. This looks so interesting. This is the Borough of Manhattan Community College. BMCC for short. Whistle test. Let's get underneath the bridge. We'll do a whistle test. I doubt there'll be... Oh. Okay. There is echo. Why is that? Yeah, there's echo. Let me know what song that is. Hint, hint, I actually talked about it at the last collaboration I did with John Barr. First, you must moisturize your lips. I think, yeah, that's why I was struggling a little bit to whistle in the beginning. Hey, Kay, Ariel Vera spelled it as one word in the PayPal address. I think, watch out. Kay, on Facebook, watch out. If you just type in paypal.me/Ariel, that's a different person. So you might be giving contributions to someone else. My PayPal is paypal.me/Ariel Vieira. One word, Ariel Vieira. If you write as two separate words, it'll just lead you to some other Ariel. So it's Ariel Vieira, one word. And Preppy knows it. Oye, ¿cómo va? By Tito Fuentes. Yes, that's right. So cool. Claro, Tito Puente, el maestro. Oh, sí, tú sabes. Ya tú sabes. Pepe, ya tú sabes. Lazo says, damn, you're a certified cutie. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Alexander, I can't see PayPal while I'm live, but I'll double check afterwards. And thank you so much for sending one. I appreciate you. Can't escape sirens in New York City. The dog howling. Let's cross the street. I'll show you a little bit of the waterfront, and then we'll zigzag back. Actually, we'll go on the walking bridge. Ooh, who wants to go on the walking bridge? Let me know. Press that button if you want to go on the pedestrian bridge above the West Side Highway. Why is he? Is that our viewer? I think so. Someone's waving at me. Whoever you were, thank you so much for saying hello. Justine says that you have fans everywhere. I do. Look at the views of Jersey City. Oh my God, today's a really good day for photography. It's like misty, but in a good way. Justine says you have fans everywhere. Yes. They pop up out of random places. To have some rocks. No. Be Kind says I'm piggybacking 453 people. Indeed I am. Just all on my shoulders. Any Bobs around? No, Bob has been a bit shy recently. No Bobs. But there's some Donalds up there. Rosemary, hello. Irene. There was a fire in the East Village. Oh no. Oh. Another one? There was another church lost just a few days ago. So sad. Teresa says pretty soon you'll be signing autographs. My autograph is like the plainest autograph. I think you're better off asking for a selfie. Hey Teresa, thank you so much for the $10 PayPal. Greg, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Hey Mandy, did you see the carrier pigeon that made 8,000 plus journeys from the west coast to Australia? They named him Joe. Oh, I haven't seen that story yet. I know there was a carrier pigeon who won a medal. I think it was a Medal of Honor, but I forgot if it was another type of medal here in the U.S. And also there was one in Britain, I think, that won a very fancy medal because it saved us during World War II and World War I. Have you watched Pretend It's a City? So the Prairie Girls referring to the newest Netflix miniseries by the world-renowned actor Martin Scorsese, famous of Goodfellas and Wolf of Wall Street and many other great films, Gangs of New York as well. He recently made a show, nonfiction, starring Fran Lebowitz, who is a famous New York writer and humorist, and the show is amazing. It's a show basically about the feeling of New York, rather than about history or architecture like I do. It's a really great show. Highly recommend it. One of the best series I've seen, and I'm so glad Martin Scorsese did that show. Highly recommend it on Netflix. Pretend It's a City. That's what it's called. What is this building? Come on, where's your fishing line? Well, Chris, wrong channel. There's a lot of other channels about fishing. This ain't it. Cynthia says, I love your whistling skills. Oh, so glad. Here's the building that we saw in the distance. And that's the other big building we saw in the distance. Cynthia, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so glad you enjoyed the whistling. Haas says, this show is fantastic. The show is fantastic. Pretend It's a City, yeah. Ronald says he would love to see Michael Bay make a movie about me and Urbanist, the show. That'll be interesting. I mean, I don't usually have explosions in my own life. Luckily. So, I'm not sure if Michael Bay would be interested in covering my life. But maybe one day Michael Bay can make a very loose adaptation of my life where I'm walking away from explosions. I gotta adjust my mask, so pardon me. I'll leave you with the views of the waterfront. Just pretend it's a city, everyone. Tone says Michael Bay can easily make a movie about knitting and still somehow have explosions inside of it. Yeah, I agree. So for anyone who doesn't know, Ronald is saying that Michael Bay, the director of Transformers, The Rock, and Armageddon, should be directing a movie about what I do here on Urbanist. He's known for his explosions. So, great director. In that respect, he's great in the respect that, you know, no other director can do an explosion as good as Michael Bay. So who wants to walk this walking bridge? Let me know. I know there's people itching to get on this walking bridge, just like I am. I see a walking bridge, I must get to it. Orhan says, I enjoy your cinematic point of view. It's private. It's awesome. Ooh, I'm so glad. Kurihara, yes, I've done Jersey City. Maybe I'll go back. I covered extensively the tour of Jersey City, so check it out. Let's walk the walking bridge here at Battery Park City. This is Battery Park City, new neighborhood built in the 1970s and later. Bonjour de la France, ça va? Bonjour. Bienvenue à Urbanist. Top 3 favorite movies set in New York City. Ask Tones. Great question. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. Premium Rush. And Wolf of Wall Street. Should I add Wolf of Wall Street? It's more Long Island movie. I gotta think about that third one. It's my third favorite New York City movie. I have a few of them. Let me know what's your favorite New York City movies. When Harry Met Sally is a great movie, yeah. Great New York City movie as well. Does this walking bridge have a name? I don't know. It's connected to the school that we're just passing through. Stuyvesant High School, right over here. Die Hard with a Vengeance. It's maybe says best New York City movie. I agree. It's a great New York City movie. The Lords of Flatbush, says Teresa. Oh yeah. Wow. I think I saw that once. Don't remember too much about it, but yeah. It just seems Spider-Man is another great movie. Yeah, especially the Sam Raimi one. The Marvel ones don't show New York really that much. But the Sam Raimi ones really capture the spirit of New York, in my opinion. Those three Spider-Man films, especially number 1 and number 2. So that was it. That was the walking bridge. Now let's walk down from the walking bridge. Everyone, do yourself a favor and see Premium Rush and Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. In my opinion, they capture the New York I grew up with. I know that New York isn't as seen yet in film. Maybe it will at some point, because it usually takes like 20 or 30 years to start covering New York from a previous decade. Bounty, oh, I'm so glad at least one person watched Nick and Nora. Bounty, thank you. It says it's my favorite, yeah. Such a great film. Hey, it's baby. Lots of people watching on Twitch. Hello, Yvette from Georgia. Is it the country or the state? Let me know. Sorry, thank you so much for watching. Do I know where Debbie Gibson lives? No, who is Debbie Gibson? Is she related to Mel Gibson? Nope, don't know. But a lot of celebrities do live in Tribeca. Tribeca is a very popular celebrity neighborhood. I should also watch the Netflix series Dash and Lily. Maybe I will. Check it out. I know they have a few scenes in the Strand. This is what used to be called the Washington Market. This was the dairy and food market back in the day of the Gilded Age. When will you see me playing? Alexander asked me, when will I be seen playing tennis? I'm not sure. I really like the sport of tennis. I barely have played it. But one day at least you'll see handball. I'll try to find a way to show you handball. Hopefully it'll warm up at some point. All right, we're back in Tribeca, ladies and gentlemen. Do you guys want to see if the Pigeon Lady of Tribeca is here? There's a famous Pigeon Lady. Not too much is known about her, but there's a lot of photos about her. And I see a group of pigeons congregating, a few Bobs, Bob and his extended family. Maybe she's around. There we go. Does she feed pigeons, says Lazo. Yes, yes, she does. A whole lot of them, almost on a daily basis. Let's see if she's here today. Manolito, oh, I'm referring to American handball, which is also played in Ireland. So it's different from European handball. It's not like soccer. American handball is more like racquetball, but you use your hands. But I did love European handball. I played it one semester in high school. It was a class that I had to take for gym. Here in the U.S. at least we have what's called gym class, which is a physical activity class. Oh, I think she's here. Yeah, I see pigeons. Supra, have I live streamed Columbia University? Yep. Check out my video from 2 days ago. And I did another one called The Churches of Midtown, part 1 and 2. Features Columbia University extensively. Here's Laughing Man. She's not here. So this is Laughing Man. Laughing Man coffee. I featured it about a week ago. I really enjoy it. Is handball played against the wall with people? Yes. Yes, it is. Either 2 people, 2 to 4 people is the game of handball. The pigeon lady is usually here. And she's usually feeding pigeons in the specific area, but she's not here today. Maybe she'll pop up later. Here's benches. Look at this. Is Simon Schama still a professor at Columbia University? Oh, great question. I didn't know Simon Schama was even in New York City. I thought he was a writer based in UK and a TV presenter. I didn't know he was a professor. If he is, and he is still based in New York City, I gotta find his email because I would love to reach out to him and feature him in the Urbanist episode. Daniel, welcome, Daniel. Daniel Radcliffe, of course. Remember Harry Potter? I've seen you once in the West Village, grabbing a cup of coffee. Ronald, have I been to the bookstore in the French Embassy? I'm not sure if it's open since it's the pandemic, but I did go. I did feature a live video of it. 360 video. See this 360 video I posted about 3 weeks ago called The Secrets of Midtown East. No, sorry. The Secrets of the Upper East Side. Secrets of Upper East Side. And I featured that bookstore inside. Try asks if you could go back, will you change the stream of your graduation? Nope. I never featured my graduation. I started making Urbanist videos after that. And no, I would not go back. An era I would love to re-experience in New York. People often ask me this, if you can take a time travel machine and go to any era of New York, which era would it be? To be honest, I would re-experience the early heyday of hipster culture in New York City, which was 2008, 2009, 2010. I would love to experience that again. Hey, Milson, we have a new member on YouTube. Milson, welcome. So here's the sky bridge of Staple Street. Are these streets original? Yes, they are. Why so much scaffolding? Because they're doing repairs. Hey, MR says if you do build a time travel machine, be sure to visit the time travel party of Stephen Hawking. Who says I already haven't? MR. He's a nice guy. That's all I'll tell you. He was a nice guy. Very good conversationalist. We got really down deep about quantum physics when we chatted during his party. What's the temperature? A brisk 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Carmen Meralba. Don't know how to read Turkish, but welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Near the Ghostbusters firehouse. No, unfortunately, I'm a bit too far away for that. But watch my video from last week of Tribeca. I showed it. Why are most buildings red in New York? Great question. Lots of use of brick here, especially in industrial buildings. Lots of brick. Because brick do good. That's why. Otherwise, I'm not sure. 68 degrees Fahrenheit in Orlando. Oh, I'm jealous. Maybe I should get a red coat to accompany the red brick. Should get this red coat. Johanna says it will be Urbanist camouflage. Yeah, at least in New York City it will be. There's a few other cities where they use a lot of red. I think Prague as well. I remember going to Prague. Never done a Urbanist video on it yet, but I went to the Prague castle and looking from above. All the rooftops were red. So quiet here, yes. Really, really quiet. Simon Schama took a position at Harvard. Oh, really? It's good that I watch these walking videos. I wouldn't like to live in New York. I'm glad I could give you a nice in-between. You can visit New York without living here. That's good. Okay, everyone, I'm sticking around for 10 more minutes. Feel free to ask me any last remaining questions. Or forever hold your peace. I'll be back on tomorrow, 1 p.m., where I will be walking with Mrs. Q, Karen Quiñones, one of the best tour guides about early American history. Karen Quiñones tomorrow is going to be in full costume. So we're not meeting Karen, we're meeting Mrs. Q. Stay tuned, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Here's the windowless skyscraper of New York, 29 stories tall and no windows. Right next door, we have up to 20 feet jutting out into the air, cantilevered floors, apartments here at the Jenga building. 56 Leonard. Do I have walking videos of Toronto? No, but your source for Toronto is 4K Wanderer. He's tuning in on the shot. He's a member and a YouTuber, also a moderator. Check him out. He does videos of Toronto, walking videos of all sorts and of all kinds. I have the only Canadian city I've ever visited in my entire history of Urbanist is Montreal. Montreal. That's where I visited. I have like 4 days worth of Montreal videos where I was invited to the International Jazz Festival. It was really cool. Kava or Diggin? No other chance. I would recommend Diggin. I do not. I had one of the worst eating experiences at Kava. I'm not sure if it was only once, but I tried it once and it just absolutely just was the worst meal I've had. So I would recommend Diggin. I love Diggin. Old sign alert, paintbrush, and look at that beautiful mural. Joe, hello. No other chance. Says LOL. Sorry. People have asked me, do I like every food? And I think you just found out that the answer is unequivocally no. I may like a lot of foods, but there are some foods, oh no, I'll never dare to eat again. Hey Cynthia, I remember when that hand and brush was vibrant. Oh, yeah, that's so cool. When was that? When was the last time you really saw it in full color? Might not have been that long ago, I assume. Maybe in the 90s. Here's a clock. If you want to tell time, right here. Don't want to look at your cell phone. Or even if you're more daring, if you dare to walk without a cell phone in the modern day, you can use these clocks. 10 years ago. Oh, cool. Okay. Bounty says the small Ben. Alexandra asks, what foods do I do not like? The foods that I do not like are few and rare between. I'm not sure. I don't really think about them, so I don't have it off the top of my head. I can tell you for one, kava, no. Kava the place, not the Polynesian root. That type of kava is really good. Hey, Panajotis. My father is a civil engineer. We enjoy your videos together. Oh, cool. Diana, when will you do the Highline again? I've done the Highline so many times, like 4 or 5 times. But let me know, is anyone curious about the Highline in the middle of the freezing winter that we're having here? Do I eat a lot of Puerto Rican food? Yeah, that's mostly what I eat, basically. Greetings from England, Susan. Welcome from England. Diana, thank you so much for the super chat again, and Panajotis as well. For afternoon rush hour, it looks so empty. I think it's a bit early for rush hour. Yeah, it's about 2 p.m. almost, or a little like 1:40. It's way too early for rush hour. Rush hour really begins about 3 p.m. here in New York City. There's like 2 types of rush hour. This is a rush hour, especially you'll see a lot of construction workers get off around 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And then later around 4 p.m. a lot of the office workers get out 4, 5, 6 p.m. 4 or 5 p.m. is mostly the time they start getting off. So yeah, that's rush hour here in New York City. Anytime between 2:30 to about 6. Cynthia, I think your phone is sending you a message if it's telling you it's 64 degrees every day, all time. I think your phone is telling you take a nice trip off to Florida. Alex, do I enjoy seafood? Yes, I've covered seafood many times. Check out my videos in Maine. I've covered lobster rolls. Covered a lot of seafood in Maine. Here's a really cool bookstore called the Mysterious Bookshop. And what books does it have? Well, all types of books about true crime, mystery, thrillers. John Le Carré. Someone asked to go to Robert De Niro's house and ask him to do a walk with me. Maybe one day. I gotta meet Marty first. I think Marty will be the one who introduces me to Robert, to Bobby. Here are $2 mystery books. Christopher, can I interact with some NPCs around me? Oh, Christopher. I hate to break it to you, Christopher. But this is a game called IRL, in real life. And there's not really NPCs around. Every character is a playable character, as far as I know. So no. Will you ever go to a Strand bookstore tour? Cynthia, I have reached out to them. I'm hoping that they'll reach back. So stay tuned. Hopefully they'll reach back. Crossing fingers. Was that a plastic can on the window? Asked Alessandra. Maybe. Mandy, where's the Strand bookstore? That bookstore there have two locations. The original location and the one I recommend is in Greenwich Village on Broadway and 12th Street. There's a secondary location in the Upper West Side. And that location is nice as well, but it's much smaller. Are those free bikes? Not free, unfortunately. You do have to pay. Nothing's free here in New York, not even the air you breathe. Is this Chambers Street? Yes. No, well, we just walked by Chambers Street. Now we're transitioning to Church Street. And here is a taco recommendation. Los Tacos, numero uno. Great tacos. All right, I'll take you one more street down. Ask any last remaining questions or forever hold your peace. Have you ever used one of those scooters? I used only a scooter in Washington, D.C. I haven't used a scooter here in New York City. But maybe soon I will. I really want to use a scooter. Is Think Big still in Soho? Ooh, I don't know what Think Big is. There's a Think Coffee, but I don't think there's any bookstore named Think Big. I want to look up your map location. And was curious, but not being disrespectful. Yeah, I don't offer directions on these videos. For various reasons, but feel free to search up the landmarks I point out. Certain restaurants, that'll help you get an idea where I walked. Just write them down or search them on Google while you're watching. It's easy. If you're in Google Maps, just search like Bubby's Tribeca or Bubby's New York, and you'll find the location. All right, so this was a walk through Tribeca. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I want to give a huge thank you to Laureen, Christine, Lynn, Colin, aka 4K Wanderer, Hisami, Jose, David, Isabel, Marsha, Marianne, Linda, Amanda, Suki, Russell, Maureen, Alba, Christine, Patricia, Lisa, Donna, Susu, Peter, Blakely, Millard, Darla, and many, many others. Thank you everyone so much for lending your recent contributions via PayPal, Patreon, Amazon gift wish list, a bunch of other ways. Stars are for the people who've contributed more than $50 these past few weeks. Thank you everyone so much for watching. See you tomorrow, 1 p.m. with Mrs. Q, where we explore the history of downtown Manhattan. Other places that you haven't seen before. We're going to unique places that tourists usually don't go to in downtown Manhattan. So stay tuned for that. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. My truck has arrived. I'm about to go on, do some work. Have a great day everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.